I just recorded this video, but I didn't actually hit record. So I've been sitting here for who knows how long, just talking to a camera that's not recording. So we're gonna do it again. I am talking today about The Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. A Name of the Wind in a Wisemans Sphere. The first things I'll say, again, though no one heard me the first time, is the prose in this book is actually beautiful. I don't think that Patrick Rothfuss can really be compared to other writers by his writing style. I find it wholly unique and amazing. It is enjoyable to read what he's written. There's so many small things that I catch that I didn't catch the first time I read it. And that's great. Like, it's not like, oh, I forgot that happened, but it's like, oh, this wordplay, and I didn't see that before. And it's really lovely to read. The world building, I love the world building. I find the world building so awesome, so much fun to read. The Chandrian are really cool. The Cathay is brilliant. The Cathay is just, the concept alone I love so much. That being said, when it comes to his characters, some of them, like Ari and Elladan, are great and fun to read. Some of them are less enjoyable. Many of them don't have great depth to them. This is pretty evident when a lot of people call Kvothe a Mary Sue. I don't know if that's accurate, but I come from that from a different place. What I feel about these books is that Patrick Rothfuss is trying to build up Kvothe to such a high point that when his inevitable fall in the third book, which is certain to happen, I mean, that's what it's all about, his fall in the third book is supposed to be super impactful. Because the Kvothe in the current timeline is nowhere near the same as the man before. At least that's what it seems. That's definitely the tavern-owning Kvothe is not the same as young Kvothe. I think that's where that Mary Sue quality comes in. It's that build-up. That being said, that defense, which I can understand, I still don't think it's executed well. Well, not really executed well. I don't think it's done great to the point where everyone falls in love with it. I see a lot of problems with it. Am I a fan? Saying it straight out, yes, I am a fan of these books. When the third one comes out, I'm definitely going to get it. I'll just be getting it in paperback. That's what I have the other two in. I'm going to get it in paperback when paperback comes out. One of the biggest issues, one of the biggest complaints that you see about this series is Kvothe's relationship to Denna. And that's an issue. Kvothe is a creep. He is. But at the same time, Denna is egging him on. And that's another thing I don't know how to feel about. It's a lot of the stuff in this book I enjoy, but when it comes to the relationship dynamics between characters, I don't know how to feel. It's not something I can overlook. Like, you see certain things in books where you're like, but okay, the rest of it's good. The rest of this book is good. The writing, the plot, all great. Kvothe and Denna, it's weird. It's so, I want to say it's unrealistic, but it's actually not. It's just so unhealthy. And the problem with this amount of unhealthy is that it's never brought to light. It's never mentioned that his relationship with her is an unhealthy one. It's viewed as romantic, and that's my issue. A lot of the stuff in here, it's too normalized that it brings me out of the story. It's like other small things. Not really small, but like, so there is a bisexual character and a gay character in that own the brain fart. I can't remember the name of the musician place. And the gay character, the only gay character, is kind of slutty. That the gay guy and the bisexual guy, they're in a thing together. At least that's what I take away from it. And they're in an open relationship, and one of them's the gay guy. The gay one is a complete slut. I don't like that. See, I'm fine with homophobia in books as long as that homophobia is direct. Because I've faced being called names for a sexuality I'm not even a part of, and it's a real thing, it's a real issue people face, and that should be represented in books. However, the type of homophobia, and I'm sure it's not intended. I'm sure it's not intentional. Don't think that. I've watched a lot of interviews from Patrick Rothfuss. I think he'd probably be a great guy to be around. I think the stuff that he's done is not done from any point of hatred or actual homophobia or sexism. I think it's just one of those things where it's unintentional. Where he made the characters, and when he did the rereads, he didn't think about what he's saying, which a lot of writers do. It's one of the reasons there's a lot of white characters. It's because it's a default, and people don't think about it when they do it. Are those people racist? No, they just aren't thinking. They're thinking more about the plot and the characters instead of the representation, which is what it is. Is it good? No. Is it acceptable? No. Does it happen? Yes. So I don't think he's a bad person for that kind of stuff. But the fact that Kvothe, all the women seem to want him, is bad. It's just not fun. The fact that Kvothe literally gets it on with a fae that's all about sex with men and driving them insane through it, and he's fine, is an issue. If he overcame it quickly or something, that would be fine. If it didn't go on like it did, it would probably been fine and be like, okay. But he's such an asshole about everything, Kvothe, that his build-up seems unjustified. And I think that's where a lot of people get it. That his growth through these books is not justified. He's a dick. He's getting people falling in love with him. When he does mess up, it's because he's an asshole, not because he made a mistake. How angry was I in that scene where he tells the Lockless lady that he's a Demaroo because he knows she hates it. But he gets all pissy about it and was like, well, I'm that, and ruins what could have been a great thing. It's an infuriatingly good book. It's a good book. It's just there's some issues in it where I want to pull my hair out, I want to throw the book, but I want to know what happens. So I don't know how to feel about this book. My feelings are very mixed. I've seen people that hate this book and people that love this book, and when I watch those reviews, I understand. It is such, like, it's so hard to put like feelings down coherently, and I don't know how to feel about this. So, what do you guys think? This book, I'm just kind of left in the middle. I don't hate it. There's so much I love about this book, so much I enjoy reading, but it's almost like every single time there's a character interaction between Quoth and someone else. I haven't even gotten into the fucking rival. That dude goes from like 0 to batshit crazy so fast, and it's not believable. Like the him Andros being a dick when he first meets Quoth. Get it? We've all met people like that. Quoth, their rivalry. You meet a lot of people like that. The candle thing, you could totally see somebody doing that. But he sends assassins after him because he calls him an ass in a song. It's just so crazy that like my feelings, I don't think they'll ever be settled. I don't think I'll ever be like, yes, I love this book. It took me a long time to finish the first book. I only really finished the first book because people said how great the second book was. The second book is better than the first in a lot of ways, and in some ways it's like way crazier. Like, it becomes so much more violent, so much more sex in it. And again, I am left like wondering how to feel. Was that intentional? Was it just because he was trying to build him up so high that he had to be awesome at everything and be an asshole so that when he falls, you know why? I don't know. So please, people that are listening, tell me what you think. What do you think of the King Killer Chronicles? Like, how do you feel? How do you get over some of the bad things? Do you think it's just the him kind of lying, Quoth being lying in the present, just being biased, trying to build himself up? Because in the present tense of the book, he doesn't seem like that's the kind of person he is anymore. So I don't know. Unreliable narrator. Is he just a Mary Sue? Do you like him? Do you like his relationships? Let me know, because I don't have any idea. I do like Ari, do like Eladin. Love the world building. Will read the third book when it comes out in paperback or audiobook. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys very much, and you guys have a great